Trying to help a spot market company grow in this market is extremely challenging.
Hundreds of local workers left without a paycheck. They say their company, Flagship Transport in Medley, owes them thousands of dollars.
Most of those workers are independent contractors, and as CBS News Miami's Jacqueline Quinn explains, they don't always have the same protections as other employees.
Trying to help people keep their businesses afloat, that's been challenging as well.
If you're not going through what I'm going through, then count yourself very fortunate, and I implore you to make some adjustments, whatever you need to do to try and hedge and try and be as ready and prepared for getting hit in the side of the head with a board.
They owe me $8,000. Some companies, some drivers, they owe $10,000 to $7,000 to.
Don't take 10 years to realize it. I wish I could go back in time and tell my younger self, be a company driver, train as a company driver, and then when the time is right, walk into the dealership after you built your credit up and go in there and put money down on a truck and then bring that truck over to a carrier. Run power only.
They lied to us, told us everything was fine. It's just a miscommunication between the banks. Keep working, and then you can come in physically and pick up your check. It was all a lie. When we came, there was no one here.
Or if you see an opportunity that you normally would not get, take it, because it ain't going to be there tomorrow.
Thinking about being a company driver, this is probably a great time for it because there is some security in that.
And you can either run from the problem or you can go to it head on and see what you can do. So as long as you're efficient, can manage your costs, and have a plan in place, you're good to go. That might mean going company for a minute. That might mean shutting down your authority for a minute. That might mean getting rid of that truck that's costing you way too much money.
The good news is that there is still money in 2023, and the guys that are going to be smiling all the way to the bank are the company drivers with good established carriers.
Some of you company drivers out there make great money being company drivers. Some of y'all have been in the game long enough that you make close, if not, 6 figures.
Hi guys, and welcome to Trucking Along with Kearsey. That's me, your positive voice in trucking. Some people are calling this a bloodbath. Some of the others are saying, it's just the tip of the iceberg. Others are saying, summer's coming and the election's coming, so they're going to have to turn around this economy a little bit so that they have a chance of getting reelected. So, down in the comments, do me a favor, put in there who you think is to blame for all of this. Do you blame the brokers for being greedy? Do you blame the shippers? Because it's really interesting. The Shippers Association just had a meeting and they basically admitted that the ball is in their court. It's a shipper economy right now. Now, I'll do a video about that in a little bit. The ATA, just like back in November, was claiming that we were 80,000 truckers short and that number would double by 2028. So you think the propaganda caused such a flooding of the trucks and the truckers in the industry that we're seeing all of this snowballing together right now. So what we're seeing now, we're seeing a lot of owner-operators, a lot of lease operators, some sort of independent contractor. We see a lot of them encouraging people to possibly go company. What very few people are pointing out is that even the company drivers right now are struggling, and you would really be struggling to even find a company position at this point. As an operator, even as an independent contractor leasing onto a company, jumping from company to company right now is becoming very difficult. Although this is something that's very common in the trucking industry, the carriers are not, especially the mega carriers, they are not hiring as much as they used to. Seems to be that they're trying to weed out their bad apples, so to speak. And if you're trying to get rehired onto these places, they're using your past record as a barometer as to whether or not they should rehire you. Which, okay, yes, that's legit. It always, but basically you used to have to be a really, really bad driver to not get rehired. And now what we're seeing is if you have a ticket, if you have a couple scrapes, if you have some blemishes on your service record, you're not getting hired back. And what I've seen over the years is people would feel some kind of consolation in, well, I'll just hop over to this company over here, and if I don't like it, then I could always hop back. The problem is they're not letting people hop back now. A lot of owner-operators are always commenting that mega carriers are evil and you shouldn't go there, but yet some of the smaller carriers right now are really struggling. So the mega carriers have the money, yes. The mega carriers have the newer equipment, yes. The mega carriers have the training facilities, yes. But the mega carriers are actually scaling back on their hiring, scaling back on their schools. In November of 2022, CRST closed its training school after 10 years. It cited that they just don't have a need for that many drivers anymore. They want to work more on driver retention than on training new drivers. Although people are saying it's possible to go company, you might want to consider that. You also might want to consider that if you do go company, you may not get the position that you want. You may not get the pay that you're looking for. There's going to be some changes to me really soon. I'm not happy about it, but I still have a job and I'm still going to have a fairly decent truck. And I'm going to still have loads. So the positive voice in trucking says we're going to get through it just like we've gotten through other quote-unquote bloodbaths. However, we really all need to buckle down. We need to be really good. And that can be really frustrating when you feel like you're disrespected. It could be really frustrating when you feel like you've done your all, you've sacrificed for the industry, you've sacrificed for your company. If you're, an independent contractor, one of my very good friends the other day was telling me that he used to pull this one load for $1,500. Then all of a sudden it dropped down to $900. Now they're telling him that they want to drop it down to $700. And he's like, I can't do it for that. Independent contractors try to build relationships with customers, and now they have a good rapport with the customer, but the broker is really the one that's in control. And one suggestion, be really, really good. Be really good at what you do. There are times over my trucking career that I've allowed myself to get lazy. And I thought, okay, man, I've run hard, play hard, that type of thing. And I said in my last video, where some people go wrong is they get lazy when freight is good. Sometimes you need to be lazy when the freight is bad. Then when the freight is good, then you start running hard. But right now, the independent contractors, their reputations are on the line when it comes to service. Your reputations are on the line. You can't afford to be down for truck repairs or tire blowouts that could delay your loads. And even though you might be screaming and yelling and frustrated, this too shall pass. I know nobody wants to hear that, but there are some things coming up that we could at least hope that there's going to be a little bit of change. Produce season's coming up if you're running reefer. Summertime's coming up, so people are going to travel more. They're going to be doing cookouts. They're going to be buying things. They're going to be buying beer. Let's face it, there are two things in this world that are recession-proof. One is alcohol, and the other one is something I'm not allowed to discuss on YouTube. Make sure that you protect your CDL even in your personal vehicle. I've seen a few situations recently where people got speeding tickets, people got tickets in their own personal vehicle, had accidents in their own personal vehicle, and then all of a sudden their trucking company decided, bye-bye, you're not showing good judgment. Protect your CDL. That's going to protect and keep your insurance costs low. But the truth of the matter is, none of us are safe right now. So we all have to hang in there, and we have to support each other. And May 1st, there's supposed to be a trucker strike in Washington, D.C. So I was trying to find something on that. Somebody posted down below, but if you have that information, comment down below and let me know. I'm also going to be making a video about the possible Teamster strike over at UPS and how Amazon could swoop in and gobble up all that freight. And that might be a boost to the independent contractor, because if you remember before, Amazon they had the drop and hook gang, people were calling themselves, where they were just running power only for Amazon. So it's possible that if there's a UPS strike, that Amazon could swoop in and gobble stuff up, and then independent contractors will be rolling again. It's also the elections coming up. So it's possible that, people who want to get reelected are going to have to fix the economy at least a little bit. So until next time, guys, make sure you're driving safe, be good to each other, check out my couple videos over here, and I hope to see you out here trucking along. Bye.